With cost of living climbing higher than most of us ever expected, where you choose to retire can either drain your savings or stretch them like a rubber band. Right now, the national median home price hovers above $400,000. Property taxes in some places eat up thousands a year, and in a few states, even your Social Security check isn't safe from the taxman. For many retirees, that feels less like retirement and more like a part-time job, working just to keep up with bills. But here's the good news. Not every state is out to shrink your nest egg. Some are surprisingly kind to retirees, with low or even no income taxes, lighter property tax burdens, and policies designed to let you keep more of what you worked so hard for. And that's exactly what we are diving into today. A countdown of the top 10 low-tax states where retirees' money goes further than you think. So, if you have ever wondered why some retirees seem to live comfortably on a modest budget while others struggle despite having more saved, you are about to find out. Stick around until the very end. You won't want to miss which takes the top spot, because it may just flip your retirement plans upside down. Welcome to Restful Wealth, where we help you retire smarter, live better, and make your golden years truly golden. If you are ready to protect your money and unlock the secrets of affordable retirement, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right in. Number 10, Pennsylvania. Now, when most folks think of the Northeast, they imagine high taxes, expensive living, and the feeling that every trip to the mailbox brings another bill. But Pennsylvania quietly breaks that mold, and it does so in a big way. Pennsylvania exempts all retirement income for seniors. Yes, you heard that right. Social Security, pensions, 401k, and IRA withdrawals, it's all safe from state taxes once you hit retirement age. That's like walking into a buffet where everything you love is free, while the person next to you in another state has to pay full price just to get in. For retirees, this retirement income shield is a financial lifesaver. And it gets better. If you are in one of Pennsylvania's smaller towns, you will notice how much further your money goes. Rural areas often come with very affordable housing and day-to-day expenses. Even in bigger cities like Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, where costs are higher, you are still getting the benefit of not watching your pension check get nibbled away by state tax collectors. It's like getting front-row seats at a ball game without paying the premium ticket price. What makes Pennsylvania unique is its position in the Northeast. Surrounded by states that tax retirement income, it stands out like the one diner on a stretch of highway that still serves a full breakfast for under $5. Retirees who move here often say, for the first time in years, my money actually stretches. Of course, no state is perfect. Property taxes can be a little higher in some counties, so location within Pennsylvania matters. But for retirees who want to stay in the Northeast without feeling financially squeezed, Pennsylvania offers a rare combination of comfort, culture, and tax relief. It's proof that sometimes the best retirement deals are hiding right in plain sight. Number 9, Texas. In Texas, there is no state income tax. That means when your Social Security check comes in, or when you tap into your pension or retirement savings, the state of Texas doesn't take a slice. For retirees, that's like sitting down at a Texas barbecue and realizing the brisket is on the house. You keep more on your plate. But before we all pack our bags for Dallas or Houston, there's a twist. Texas does have a reputation for higher property taxes, which can feel like the state's way of collecting what it loses from not taxing income. For example, the average property tax rate hovers around 1.6%, which is above the national average. That can sting a little if you're buying a larger home. However, and this is important, Texas offers homestead exemptions and senior tax relief programs that can ease the burden significantly. If you are 65 or older, you can qualify for property tax freezes and deductions that help keep your housing costs predictable. Think of it as a built-in safety net, so your retirement budget doesn't get tossed around like tumbleweeds in the wind. Beyond the numbers, Texas offers something retirees value just as much as tax breaks: warm weather, wide open spaces, and a culture that knows how to make life lively. Whether it's the music scene in Austin, the Gulf Coast breeze in Corpus Christi, or the slower, small-town pace you find in Hill Country, Texas gives you options. And with no state taxman dipping into your retirement check, you will have more freedom to enjoy them. Sure, property taxes might make you raise an eyebrow, but for many retirees, the trade-off is worth it. Texas remains a go-to for those who want financial freedom under the sun, with just enough cowboy grit to make retirement feel like an adventure. Number 8. New Hampshire. For years, the Granite State had a bit of a footnote next to its no income tax claim, because while it didn't tax wages, it did tax interest and dividends. That meant retirees who had savings in stocks or bonds still saw a nibble taken out of their nest egg. But as of 2025, that tax is officially gone. Now, New Hampshire has joined the ranks of true no-income tax states, making it a much friendlier place for retirees looking to keep more of what they have earned. And here is another perk that feels like a breath of fresh air. New Hampshire has no sales tax. That's right. You can walk into a store, see a price tag, and actually pay that price. No mental math, no surprise at the register. For retirees on a budget, that little detail can add up over time. Groceries, clothes, even that guilty pleasure gadget you didn't tell the grandkids about, all come without the extra tax bite. It's like finding a bonus coupon that never expires. Of course, what makes New Hampshire stand out isn't just its tax policies. It's the fact that you get the New England charm without the New England tax burden. Picture covered bridges, small-town diners, crisp autumn foliage, and quiet lakeside retreats. Normally, you would expect that kind of postcard-perfect living to come with hefty state taxes, but here it doesn't. Now, property taxes can be on the higher side, and that's something to keep in mind. But for retirees who want to enjoy a classic New England lifestyle while sidestepping the usual tax traps, New Hampshire delivers something rare: charm and savings in the same package. It's proof that sometimes the best surprises in retirement come in the form of a smaller tax bill and a bigger smile at the checkout counter. Number 7. Alaska. This place is more famous for glaciers, grizzly bears, and the northern lights than it is for retiree tax breaks. But here's the surprise. Alaska is also one of the most tax-friendly places in the country, especially if you are looking to stretch your retirement dollars. Alaska has no state income tax and no state sales tax. That means the big two are completely off the table. Now, it's true that some local areas charge their own sales tax, ranging anywhere from 1% to about 7%, but even with those, the overall tax burden is still very low compared to most states. For retirees, that's like sitting down to dinner and realizing the biggest items on the menu are free, and you're only paying for the side dishes. And then there's Alaska's famous perk, the permanent fund dividend. This annual payout, funded by oil revenues, is given to all eligible residents just for living in the state. In 2025, the dividend comes in at $1,000 per person. It won't replace your retirement income, but it's essentially a yearly thank you check from the state. Imagine opening your mailbox and finding money instead of a tax bill. That's the Alaska difference. Property taxes vary by municipality, but seniors often benefit from generous exemptions. For example, in some communities, the first $150,000 of a home's value is exempt for residents over 65. That kind of relief can make housing costs much more manageable. Of course, there are trade-offs. Winters are long, dark, and cold, and the cost of groceries and utilities can be higher because so much has to be shipped in. But for retirees who value wide-open spaces, breathtaking scenery, and a sense of adventure, those challenges come with an incredible payoff. In short, Alaska is one of the few places where the government doesn't just stay out of your wallet, it actually puts a little back in. If you can handle the chill, the last frontier can turn into a retiree's financial frontier too. Number 6. Tennessee. A state where the sweet sound of a fiddle and the sweet relief of no income tax come together in perfect harmony. Tennessee once had a small blemish on its no income tax record called the Hall tax, which targeted interest and dividends. But that tax is now completely gone, making Tennessee a true no income tax state. For retirees, that means your Social Security checks, pensions, and retirement account withdrawals are all yours to keep. It's like finishing a plate of Southern barbecue without anyone sneaking in to grab a rib off your plate. But the good news doesn't stop there. Tennessee also keeps property taxes on the lower side compared to the national average, which makes homeownership much more manageable. Retirees who worry about their monthly budget will find comfort knowing they are not getting hit hard on housing. And since Social Security and pensions are tax-free, Tennessee offers a double layer of protection for your retirement income. It's like finding both the biscuit and the gravy already included with your meal. Of course, numbers are only part of the story. Tennessee's real charm lies in its lifestyle. From the live music in Nashville to the rolling hills of the Smoky Mountains to small towns where neighbors still wave as you pass by, Tennessee gives retirees more than just tax relief. It gives them a community and a culture to enjoy. Affordable living meets Southern hospitality here, and it's no wonder retirees feel at home. Sure, summers can be hot and humid, and you might pick up a taste for sweet tea you never had before. But that's a small price to pay for financial freedom in retirement. With its mix of low taxes and warm charm, Tennessee proves that you can stretch your money further while still living life with a little rhythm and soul. We have made it halfway through the countdown, and I just want to say thank you for watching this far. I know there are a lot of videos out there, so it means a lot that you are spending your time with us here at Restful Wealth. Now, what's your guess for the #1 spot? Which state do you think gives retirees the biggest bang for their buck? Go ahead and drop your answer in the comments. I always love seeing who gets it right. And if you are enjoying this video, this is the perfect time to tap that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the rest of this list or any of our future videos that can help you stretch your money and enjoy retirement even more. All right? Cracking into the top 5 is a state most people think of for Mount Rushmore and endless prairies, but retirees know it for something else entirely. Number 5, South Dakota. In South Dakota, there's no state income tax. That means every penny of your Social Security, pension, and retirement account withdrawals stays in your pocket. Think of it as going through the drive-thru, placing your order, and realizing the cashier isn't adding on any surprise charges, just the price you saw on the menu. But what really makes South Dakota stand out is how balanced its overall tax system is. Plenty of states boast no income tax, but then they quietly make up for it with sky-high property or sales taxes. South Dakota doesn't play that game. Property taxes here hover around the middle of the pack, low enough to keep housing affordable, and sales taxes are also modest compared to other no-income tax states. For retirees, that means you are not dodging one expense only to get blindsided by another. It's like finding out the hotel with the cheap nightly rate also gives you free breakfast and parking. And here is a bonus you might not expect. Healthcare in South Dakota is relatively affordable. Now, no one wants to spend their golden years bouncing from doctor to doctor. But the reality is that healthcare costs matter more as we age. South Dakota consistently ranks as one of the better states for both healthcare affordability and access. That's a reassuring detail when you're planning for the long run. Sure, winters can be cold enough to make you question your life choices, and wide-open spaces mean you might be driving a bit farther for groceries. But financially, South Dakota offers something rare. A straightforward, low-tax environment that lets retirees breathe easier. It's not flashy, but that's the beauty of it. You don't need flash when your money quietly stretches further, month after month. Number 4, Nevada. A state famous for bright lights, big jackpots, and a motto retirees have come to love. In Nevada, there is no state income tax. That means whether your retirement income comes from Social Security, a pension, or your investment portfolio, the state won't take a cut. For retirees, that's like winning the slots every month. Except this time, you actually get to keep all the winnings. But the perks go beyond your paycheck. Nevada also offers something many retirees crave: sunshine and entertainment. The warm desert climate means you can swap snow shovels for sunglasses, and whether you enjoy world-class shows in Las Vegas, outdoor adventures at Lake Tahoe, or quiet retirement communities near Henderson, there's a flavor of Nevada for everyone. And unlike some sunny states, you are not paying extra for the privilege through high income taxes. It's like getting a front row seat without the premium ticket price. Of course, Nevada isn't entirely tax-free living. Property taxes are moderate, not the lowest, but certainly not the wallet drainers you'll find in some other no-income tax states. Sales taxes can be a bit higher, especially in places like Clark County, so you will notice it when you stock up at the store. But most retirees find the trade-off worth it. After all, it's easier to budget around a slightly higher sales tax than watching a big chunk of your pension vanish into state coffers each year. In Nevada, retirees often joke that what happens in Vegas stays in your wallet. That's the kind of financial punchline you don't mind hearing. Nevada combines financial freedom with lifestyle perks, making it a top choice for retirees who want their money and their days in the sun to go further. Number 3. Wyoming. A state where the landscapes are as wide open as your financial possibilities. Known for its rugged mountains, vast plains, and cowboy culture, Wyoming also happens to be one of the most retiree-friendly tax havens in the country. The biggest win? There's no state income tax. That means every penny of your Social Security, pension, or retirement account withdrawal stays right where it belongs, with you. No state taxman is dipping into your check each month, which makes retirement feel a lot more like freedom and a lot less like nickel and diming. But Wyoming doesn't stop there. It also boasts some of the lowest property taxes in the nation. With an effective property tax rate around 0.5%, it's well below the national average. For retirees looking to downsize or settle into a comfortable home, that can mean saving thousands over the course of your retirement. It's like finding out your dream house comes with a permanently discounted price tag. And here is where Wyoming really shines, its sense of wide-open financial and personal freedom. Retirees often describe it as living on the frontier, not in the old Wild West sense, but in the feeling that you're free to breathe, live, and spend without the constant pressure of high taxes. Imagine watching the sunset over the Tetons, knowing your money stretches as far as the horizon. Now, it's fair to mention, Wyoming winters are cold, and the state is more rural than many retirees might be used to. But for those who value peace, natural beauty, and low costs, it's a trade-off that feels more like a blessing. In the end, Wyoming isn't just about scenic drives and cowboy boots. It's about combining breathtaking landscapes with one of the lightest tax burdens in America. And for retirees, that's financial freedom on the frontier. Number 2. Florida. The Sunshine State has long been a retiree magnet, and while the beaches and warm winters get a lot of the credit, the real secret sauce is financial. Florida has no state income tax. That means Social Security, pensions, IRA withdrawals, and 401k distributions all stay untouched. For retirees, that's like ordering a full-course meal and realizing the dessert is free. You are getting more value without paying extra. But Florida's appeal goes beyond the lack of a state tax bill. Daily life here tends to be more affordable than many other coastal states, especially when you compare it to high-cost regions in the Northeast or West Coast. Sure, some popular areas like Miami or Naples can get pricey, but smaller towns and mid-sized cities across the state offer a much lower cost of living. Pair that with zero income tax, and retirees find their dollars stretching further than expected. And here's where Florida has a unique advantage: the built-in retiree community. You are never the odd one out here. From active adult neighborhoods to senior clubs and social events, Florida has created a lifestyle where retirees can instantly find friends, support, and community. It's like showing up at a party and realizing half the room is already speaking your language. Of course, no place is perfect. Property insurance costs can be higher due to hurricanes, and traffic in some metro areas might test your patience. But for many retirees, those are manageable trade-offs compared to the tax savings and lifestyle perks Florida delivers. In the end, Florida combines warm weather, tax relief, and a ready-made retiree network. It's not just a retirement destination, it's a retirement culture. And for anyone looking to stretch their money while soaking up the sun, Florida earns its spot near the very top of the list. Now, coming top on our list is a state that often flies under the radar, but packs a serious punch when it comes to retiree finances. Number 1. Mississippi. While it's not the first place that comes to mind when people think retirement hotspot, the Magnolia State quietly holds the title of the most tax-friendly state for retirees in 2025, according to Kiplinger. And once you see the numbers, it's easy to understand why. First off, Mississippi is the tax champion. The state exempts all retirement income, including Social Security, pensions, 401ks, and IRA withdrawals. That's right. Everything you have worked a lifetime to save and earn is safe from state taxes. For retirees, that's the equivalent of finally making it to the finish line of a marathon and realizing not only is there free water at the end, but someone's handing you a medal and a check too. But Mississippi doesn't stop at income. The state also boasts some of the lowest property taxes in the entire country. The average effective property tax rate sits around 0.7%, compared to a national average of about 1.1%. That might not sound huge at first, but when you are talking about thousands of dollars over the course of your retirement, it's like finding loose change in the couch cushions. Only this time, the couch is your house, and the loose change adds up to serious savings. Of course, Mississippi isn't just about numbers. Retirees here also enjoy a slower pace of life, mild winters, and genuine southern hospitality. You may not find the flash of Florida or the mountains of Wyoming, but you will find neighbors who wave, towns that move at a comfortable pace, and a cost of living that makes every dollar go further. In short, Mississippi is the hidden gem where your golden years can truly shine brightest. It proves you don't need the biggest paycheck or the fanciest city skyline to retire well. You just need the right place. And when it comes to taxes, Mississippi sits at the very top of the list. And there you have it, our top 10 low-tax states where retirees' money goes further than you think. From hidden gems to well-known retiree havens, each of these states proves that smart planning and the right location can make your golden years brighter and your dollars stretch further. Now, which state surprised you the most? And if you could pack up and move tomorrow, which one would you choose for retirement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly guides to smarter, simpler, and more affordable retirement living. And of course, share this video with a friend who's thinking about where to retire. It might just change their plans. Until next time, live simply, dream big, and don't forget the sunscreen.